Coming up on Mountain News this morning, 2 people are facing charges after a car chase with children in the vehicle. And sports betting kicked off last week in Kentucky, which led to a booming first weekend.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 o'clock on September 12th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. Brandon, we had a beautiful day yesterday. I know we're expecting a little bit of rain today at some point.
Yeah, exactly. But go ahead and say it. I know you want to.
There's also fog out there.
There it is, right there, downtown.
Every day we're going to say it. Probably.
Exactly. That's the word of the day is fog.
Oh, yeah.
Word of the year, actually.
Word of the year, definitely.
Exactly. Let's take a look downtown Hazard from Triangle Park this morning, and you'll be able to see that fog on your screen this morning. It's more toward the station here than it is in the town, but it's starting to build in there. So again, take it easy out there. Patchy, dense fog across parts of the area. Temperatures about 57 in Clintwood to about 67 there in Monticello. A lot of low to mid 60s out there this morning. And again, all depending on where you are, it's either a few degrees warmer, a few degrees colder, or exactly where it was this time yesterday. So just kind of keep that in mind. Today's breakdown, we are going to see some scattered chances for showers and storms, and scattered is the key word to remember there. 78 this afternoon as the clouds move in. You might even see in spots that are not seeing too much in the way of fog this morning, a little bit of sunshine briefly now. Briefly is the key word there, and those rain chances are going to go up as we head deeper into the day and the night. Those storms will turn into regular rain showers once the sun goes down. They'll linger with us all the way through tomorrow morning. Olivia?
All right, Brandon, thank you. 2 people are facing charges after they led deputies on a chase with children in the car. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says the chase began on I-75 after a car was seen speeding. The drivers got off the exit at mile marker 41, nearly hitting 2 cruisers. They then crossed the center line, nearly hitting a pickup truck. The driver eventually lost control on Hal Rogers Parkway and went down an embankment. The driver, Hatley Phelps, is charged with several counts of wanton endangerment and fleeing police. The passenger, David Allen, was wanted out of state. Both are from Wisconsin. Deputies say a man was shot when he broke into a home in Knox County. It happened Sunday night at a home on Binghamtown Road in Flat Lick. The homeowner says 46-year-old Jonathan Hall strangled him and tried to take his vehicle keys. During a fight, Hall was shot in the shoulder and ran into the nearby woods. He was later found and taken to the hospital and then to the Knox County Detention Center. He's facing numerous charges. A federal trial started yesterday to decide how much money Kim Davis might owe 2 same-sex couples. A judge ruled the former Rowan County clerk violated the couple's constitutional rights when she denied them marriage licenses. 2 couples, David Ermold and David Moore, and James Yates and Will Smith, are seeking damages from Davis after she denied them marriage licenses in 2015. It has been a years-long legal battle to get here. Both sides say conclusion has been long overdue.
My clients are very glad that we're finally going to get to trial, and we look forward to putting this case behind us.
Ms. Davis has tried to move on, but unfortunately she's not being allowed to move on, because even though the plaintiffs in this case received their marriage licenses, they are now trying to get their pound of flesh.
The trial is scheduled to run through tomorrow. Kim Davis is expected to testify in this case, and that could happen as early as this afternoon. New programming implemented in Leslie County schools is aiming to stop violence at a young age. Partners for Rural Impact introduced the programming last year with a 3-year grant from the Department of Justice. I was able to talk with program directors at Leslie County High School about how this programming is focused on creating an anti-bullying, supportive environment around youth.
It's called Stop the Violence or Stop V. Beverly Strange with Partners for Rural Impact says the programs are focused on making Leslie County schools as safe as possible.
There is an uptick in violence. We see violence on the news all too much, and so we want to focus on what we can do in this region, the region that we love, the region that we support, to help students here.
Providing curriculum-based programs on a variety of topics, such as Too Good for Violence, which starts in kindergarten teaching social emotional skills, and Green Dot, which Leslie County Program Director Larry Sparks says is a nationwide bystander intervention program.
The notion is that in this building, you're going to have certain areas where kids sometimes misbehave, and we call those red dots. Our goal is to remove those red dots or overwhelm those red dots with green dots, good behaviors that our kids will model.
Setting expectations to fill the halls with green dots.
And the expectation in our schools will be that, good things are going to happen here. We're not going to tolerate bullying. We're not going to tolerate negative behaviors.
While also addressing some of the reasons for various students' negative behaviors.
We can kind of address in a way that maybe isn't an embarrassment to them, but it just plants the seeds that, well, here at this place, it's a safe place. It's a place I can come and I can be comfortable. I'll be taken care of. There are people here that care about me.
Teaching students a valuable lesson against bullying.
PRI also trains adults on youth mental health first aid, a program implemented to address gaps in mental health literacy by teaching adults how to provide initial assistance to kids experiencing a mental health problem, including mental problems connected to poverty, exposure to substance abuse, and bullying. Families renting homes from FEMA are now given the opportunity to purchase them, and one family did just that yesterday in Floyd County. In the Dwell community, Karen Spears and her partner have been renting a home through the FEMA Temporary Housing Unit Sell and Purchase program. The couple bought the home yesterday, a move that marked a first for the county.
When you brought that check over here, it was a blessed day. And now it's an even blessed day and a wonderful day, because this is our home now. This is where we live at now. We can call home. We don't have to change our address from here to there, and it's just the same address that we put on everything now.
FEMA says direct temporary housing assistance is provided for 18 months. Folks then have the option to purchase the home. Sports betting kicked off in the Commonwealth last Thursday, and it's got many people excited. The Red Mile in Lexington welcomed thousands of people during the weekend. As business grows, groups are encouraging people who are wagering to have a plan. Julia Sandor spoke to experts who tell us it's important to bet responsibly.
Long lines and big crowds. The first weekend of sports betting in the Commonwealth was a hit at Lexington's Red Mile.
We introduced many new people to the property, and I think that was key for us. We were also to host live racing yesterday, and we had wiener dog racing after the races, and there had to be about 5,000 people out just even for the races and the sports wagering.
And with thousands of people walking through their doors, while they say they were prepared, they say the number of people exceeded their expectations.
No one was shut out. We got everyone in before kickoff. That was the main thing.
The Kentucky Council on Problem Gambling wants to remind people to have a plan before heading out to a kiosk. Ronselyn Clark is a certified gambling counselor with 20 years of experience. She says problem gambling can affect people of all ages.
I've seen an increase in sports gambling in the last couple of years, even before it was obviously legal in Kentucky. I had a lot of people who were going from Kentucky across the Ohio River here in our town, just cross the Blue Bridge and sit in a parking lot, and they were making sports wagering, but that was showing up as in Indiana.
And their executive director, Michael Stone, says when mobile sports betting comes to the Commonwealth on September 28th, that could cause bigger concerns.
An addicted gambler is continuing to gamble in spite of mounting negative consequences resulting from your gambling.
In Lexington, Julia Sandor, WKYT.
While the legislation passed for sports betting also funded more resources for gambling problems, there are already other resources available if you need help. You can call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
.609 here on on this Tuesday morning. We continue to track some patchy, dense fog across parts of the region there. You see it down in the Cumberland Valley, sneaking its way back up here into Hazard and then back over toward Logan. Remember, any number less than 5 on this map is basically a dense fog. UVA-wise, not too much going on over that way this morning. Temperatures in the low 60s over there. Clintwood's at 57. We're looking at generally 60s across the board, from 60 in Grundy to about 67 out toward Monticello this morning. But again, generally low to mid 60s, and that's our plan for today. We're going to continue to watch that. Scattered showers and storms pick up by later this morning. They'll linger off and on throughout the day. Sunset tonight. We won't be able to see it though. 7:46. Olivia.
Thank you, Brandon, and thanks for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, the Biden administration is trying to finalize a deal that would see 5 Americans return home from wrongful detainment in Iran.